kick this off.
All right.
It's going to be awesome.
Doon, doon, doon. Oh, it's counting down.
Yes.
What's up? I'm Sam Maxon, aka Slammin' Sam. I'm a DJ, actor, philanthropist, self-proclaimed Renaissance man. When I'm not in the studio, I'm diving into my hobbies and exploring many interests. With that comes my personal uncensored insights on anything and everything. Are you ready for it? This is The Slam Show.
What's up, everyone?
What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of The Slam Show. I am your host, Slammin' Sam, coming at you on this great Monday night, November 14th, 2017, here in the incredible city of Oakland. And yeah, even though we're in downtown, there has not yet been any protesters at any point, so we should be good.
We're in the safety zone. We're in the safety zone.
Exactly. We're kind of like that off limits.
Yeah, Switzerland. We're in the Switzerland of Oakland.
We're like in the Fortress of Solitude now.
Oh,
Hey.
good one, son. Good one. Good.
I like it. But if there is any crazy activity, we'll be sure to have you guys tune into that. But yes, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We have a fun-filled, packed show with our special guests. And yeah, before we get into anything, I'd like to give special shouts out to Little J's Burgers. They are our sponsor out of Pittsburgh. Shouts out to Aaron and the rest of the crew. You guys hooked it up. And what's your opinion?
I'm excited.
Did you
Good.
Did you have a chance to eat this?
Yes,
I know
did.
JD did.
Yes,
I did.
Yeah, the fries.
I had Diego's too. So good.
Love it. So once again, you guys check out Little J's over in Pittsburgh for all your good eats.
Delicious.
There you go. All right. It's been a while since we've been on the show because there was a holiday. We couldn't broadcast on Halloween because it's Halloween. Everyone's out and about, and even if we were going to bring a quality guest, they would have had to we got to bounce out because we have our children to go trick-or-treating.
Yep.
So we just totally skipped that week. We're now back, and we're pumped up, ready to move forward. If you haven't done so, be sure to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat at I Am Slammin'. And also, I have a new program that's always going on every week, either on a Wednesday or Thursday. It's called the Slam and Mix Show. That is 2 hours of mixing prowess of old school, new school, all that good stuff you want to hear. That's over on my Facebook profile. Once again, I Am Slammin', and that's a Facebook Live broadcast. So check that out and enjoy it. And you could also request songs. That's one of the coolest things. A lot of DJs kind of veer away from that because they don't want to get hassled, but this is a mix show. It's live radio in a way, so I want to hear people kind of throw these songs and say, okay, Sam, can you mix this in? And I like to take on that challenge.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so be sure to check it out. The next one is this Thursday. I believe it's the 17th at 9 o'clock Pacific time. So check that out. The Slam and Mix Show coming right at you. All right. Before we go into our special guests and the introductions, I want to just roll into a couple of the current trends that are going on right now. Obviously, we have a new president that's coming in January. That is Mr. Donald J. Trump. And I wanted to get a few opinions from our special guests as far as what they thought about the election and how that affects them to a certain degree. I'll be honest with you. I didn't vote, okay? I'm not ashamed to say that because
Me too.
I was on the fence as far as who was going to be right for this country and so forth. And at the same time, there's so many political things that are just spinning out of control, and I just didn't want to get into that mix and just be on one side or the other. So I was very neutral on that perspective. But we do have a new president, and we have to stand by him whether we like it or not, because that is the way democracy is. And yeah, as far as our special guests, let me give brief introductions before we go into anything. Over to my near left, this gentleman I've known for a few years. He's been on the show twice. This is his third time. He's a film producer, illustrator, artist. He just does so many great things on the independent level. Let's have a big round of applause for Lawrence Ariarte. Next to him, this gentleman, Lawrence, it was just technically going to be two people, but for some weird reason, he was able to make this happen. And I've been wanting to have this gentleman come on the program for a long, long time. It was just, I guess, scheduling or whatever. But he's now here in the studio. He's a recording artist. He is an artist, just like Lawrence, and he just has so many things. He's just your well-rounded Renaissance guy. Let's have a big round of applause for JD Charisma.
Hey, thank you.
And next to him is the offspring of Lawrence Ariarte. He is basically a lot of what we're going to talk about tonight is of his work, believe it or not. And he's only 15 years old. Let's have a big round of applause for Diego, everyone. Gentlemen, thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And this is just like a dream team of just goodness because a lot of what you guys are going to be talking about, I'm directly involved in
Yes.
in this crazy way.
Yes, you are.
And I'm so excited to get into it a little later on in the program. But let's get back to the whole Trump thing because this is something that affects us all. So, Lawrence, did you vote?
I did vote.
Okay.
In fact, my brother and I voted together, and
Great.
we talked about just weighed all the components all together, and then we just came to our decision. And
Well, I'm not going to ask you who you voted for, but as far as Trump being president, where do you stand with that?
it's going to be interesting because my brother and I were not keeping track, but we really paid attention to the debates, and as far as like the commentary that was going along, as well as all the issues being fired back and forth. Now that he's president, the things that were said, we're interested in seeing how he's going to either follow through on certain claims and certain promises. So now we are literally going to be counting the first 100 days to see if it happens, because a lot of the programs that were in question, my entire family relies on it. So public health care and that sort of thing, and retirement and that sort of thing. And so we'll see how it affects just everybody.
Okay, cool. JD, did you vote?
I did not vote.
All right,
But,
so you stand with me. We're united.
Yeah, I mean, my advice again for voting is like you look at the policies. I think that's the most important thing. So it's not like if you like him or you like her or whatever. I think it's what are they going to do for America? And my whole viewpoint of like what it is right now, at the end of the day, we can't argue anymore.
Nope.
What's chosen has been chosen. So I feel like we need to just come together at this point and figure out what are our problems, and let's take that on together. Like stop, because complaining and whining, that gets us nowhere.
Right.
We got to move on. We got to like focus on, okay, these are the issues. Let's get to it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And I know Diego didn't because you're not of age.
What?
What is it? What is the age?
15.
Yeah, but
To vote?
To vote is 18.
Oh, I was about to say.
yeah, I was gonna say because then he waived his right. But Diego, who did you like out of the candidates, or did you care,
Personally,
or were you just focused on the artwork?
it's focused on the art, totally. But
And Pokemon.
to me, it's not about like necessarily who I liked. It's more or less like who weighs out of who could possibly do better. But even that, the results are set in stone. History has to move forward, basically.
Gotcha. Because a lot of these protesters are your age, from high school, going out there and having their thoughts expressed and their opinions out there for everyone to see. How do you feel about that? Has anyone in your high school like gone out to protest?
No, not really. But like at other schools, I've seen a lot of protests at like my other schools that my other friends go to also. And like it's a big issue at a school named Granada that other people go to.
In Livermore.
Yeah, in Livermore. And
There you go. Let's blast them out.
though my school, like they try to push it aside, but it's brought up a lot in history class, especially
Yeah.
because it like they're saying is it. The teacher tries to say whatever happens, we may move forward or may go backwards, basically. but we have to move forward, is what he's saying.
Gotcha. But did you sense a certain change in tone with like your classmates and the school in general after the election, as far as like?
Yeah, totally. Like with
Wow.
classmates, a lot of people are like jaded. Some people are saying is like, you know, he may do good, he may do bad. And it's
Yeah.
like, but it's basically like a coin toss.
Right, right. See, and that's the thing that I really feel for you guys, because when you have someone of Trump's character get in office, what does that say for your future? That means like this guy's going to set me up for the rest of my life. And I could see where a lot of the high schoolers want to be out there to express themselves. But at the same time, yeah, protest is your right to go out and voice, but don't be disruptive. And that's the thing I'm kind of against. Going
Yeah.
out there in front of cars on the
Oh,
yeah,
on the
totally.
freeway.
Burning
I think that's
things.
really unnecessary.
Yeah.
Because in the end, he's still going to be president.
Yeah.
So
And that does more damage. I mean, if they're doing damage to the city, we're paying for that as a country.
exactly,
You know, that doesn't help the solution. So.
exactly, and the resources are being used to keep these protesters in check and so forth. And that means what? All the cops are on one side of the city. What's
Right.
happening to the next?
Yes.
So there has to be a balancing point sooner or later about how people's approach with the whole President-elect Trump. But at the same time, as you guys both both echo, is that we have to deal with it, and it is what it is. So let's just all come together and
Yep.
just let's all make America great again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Unify.
Unified for sure. All right, enough of the political angle
And buy comic books.
and get right down to the nitty gritty. Once again, we have our special guests, and we got so much to go into because these are projects that you guys have put together. And if you haven't heard or anything, what would be a quick, like, if they wanted to go on Google right now to do like a really updated like background, what would they type in?
ICI Comics.
ICI Comics.
Yeah, ICI.
All right.
Comics.
And that's going to explain the current project that you have now, or more of back past work.
They'll see the work in progress and what we're about to bring up to the future very, very soon. So we encourage everybody to Facebook and follow us on ICI Comics, because we're also giving out free treats and
Treats?
some
Trick or
giveaways.
treat.
Yeah, some giveaways back when Marvel and DC used to do that back in the days, where we're bringing it, forward, and the no prize awards and sort of thing. So we're really doing this old school style, and just reaching out to the crowd, reaching out to the fanboys and fangirls.
I just want to add, it is the website, icicomics.com, and all the social media. So Facebook, Instagram. We have
Across
it
the
all.
board.
Across
Yep.
the board, ICI Comics.
ICI Comics.
Yes, and stay on board with us for the next few weeks, because our biggest launch is going to be coming out in December, January. But right now, everybody who's on board early will keep track, and they become part of the ICI Comics Club. So
Okay, great. So let's get right into it. As far as your current project right now, you have basically something that includes me.
yes, indeed.
And I'm just gonna pull it
You
up.
gotta
real-
show 'em, man.
Yeah,
Show you.
check this out. And this is from. Well, let's not go too far ahead. Let's talk about the two books that you have going on right now: Cosmic Adventures, Light Trail, and The Solution.
The Solution. Yes.
So talk about the concept of this, how it began, and how everyone in your team has put this together.
Well, just to briefly get into it really quickly, this actually was a conceptual thing that we were designing. That I was approached as a design, and JD Charisma had an idea that he wanted to bring to his performance, and I designed. He came to me to design an outfit for him to perform in, and along came with that in order for me to really get an idea what he wanted to do, I just threw out an idea about how about if we build a story around the look of the performance outfit, and then it soon blossomed into this brand new universe, because the characters, I wanted to just have an explanation about everything when it came to the design. So conceptually wise, I approached it like a film, and it just blew up. And this was almost 4 years ago. 4 years ago. And then along that way, Diego just was part of the meetings, listening to the entire process.
He was like 9 and shit back then,
Oh,
right?
he was. Yeah, actually, he was below the shoulder height.
Yeah.
So he was literally
Shorter than I was.
He was shorter than JD at the time.
That's amazing.
And so a lot of the characters, one of the characters were designed around him, and it just grew from there. And then within all these times that JD and Diego listening to us, he actually had a lot of input as far as like designing wise, as far as like story connections and creating solutions, just bouncing off ideas, knowing that what we were trying to do. And I mean, we were on a very, very big schedule throughout this entire time, and just meeting and just creating and bouncing it off. And I got to a point where I laid out the entire story for 22 issues, and I had a bump in the road, and that bump was solved last year by Diego, and so was born the solution. So the first book that we were specifically working on was Cosmic Adventures Light Trail, and then Diego's created the solution for the solution that we needed, and
Pun intended.
So that's how it all came together. And they just had their first show, and now we're getting ready to release the book, the special edition in December, and then the actual first issue in January of his birthday. So
When's his birthday?
January 7th.
January 7th, yeah.
Mine is January 2nd.
No
What?
way.
Yeah. Capricorns fucking rule, motherfuckers.
There you could actually say that you're going to be in the first issue. So
Well, I was going to get into that a little
Yeah.
later. I was going to get your guys' like voices involved with how all this came together. That's great.
yeah.
JD, how
Yes.
did you play a role into this incredible universe?
Well, as he was saying, I wanted to create a suit for my performances. I like to give people a show more than just, sing on stage. So I want to create something special, and this guy was the guy to go to.
This guy.
Yeah, definitely. And he created this cool suit, but it changed. And again, he created an entire universe and a story behind the suit.
What
And-
was the suit initially for?
It was for a concert of mine.
Oh,
I
I
wanted
thought
to.
it was like for a bachelorette party or something.
The birthday
I
suit.
mean, it could maybe if they're in the heroes and stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Second uses. Continue.
Yeah, but yeah, again, he created an entire universe, and we collaborated, and we met together. We're currently meeting 3 times a week.
Did you guys
now
click
working
off
on
right,
this.
like right off
Oh,
the bat?
right off the bat.
Right.
Where I first met him, he actually was the first AD to my first professional film that I acted in.
Gotcha.
And then we met, and we just never stopped.
There you
4
go.
years. Yeah.
Just working,
Just
just
working.
creating.
It's
actually.
amazing how 4 years could just go by really
man.
quick.
It really did. It really, really, really did. I mean, we were trapped in our little world. I mean, every chance we got, if I wasn't on a film and if he wasn't on a commercial, JD and I would just
Yeah.
jam on it for a week. Sometimes we
2
he would-
weeks.
Yeah, we would just crash over at my place and we'll work, and just crash over at my place, and we just go into my bat studio and
Yeah.
totally just like
Just say it as it is. Bat cave.
the Bat Cave. And yeah, we would just we would have drawings on the wall, story written on the
All
wall.
taped up and everything.
Yeah.
Everything on
Just
the
like really legit, like
yeah.
George
I mean,
Lucas
just,
style.
it went all the way around the house.
Then you're over there checking off. No,
Yeah.
no,
You're
no.
literally, we were doing that like every single. I mean, we still do and operate that way, and and it's created the process of how we approach. And Diego was there the entire time, which basically gave birth to how he created the solution.
Gotcha.
So it's. I mean, he saw that we were having a story trouble as we were looking at the boards, and we were going, God, it's always here, and we were happy but not quite happy. And then he created characters that actually fit into that world.
Wow.
Yeah, it just really fit into the world. It was
Gotcha.
the missing component. It was the solution. So
Yeah.
Well, let's go into Diego's side really quick. Obviously, you're the young one of the group, the prodigy, the gifted.
Well, in creating the solution, I thought it was interesting is that it all started from a question, which is, what would you have as your power? What would you look like? And would you be a hero or a villain? And I asked that around for my whole family. And it started out from me, my dad, then my uncle, and my mom. And slowly we got all these characters. And we didn't want to throw them away. We wanted to build a universe. And I started to realize, well, they're all scientists. They're all a family. They could fit in. Like with talking with Dad, we wanted to build more than just a throwaway book or anything. The characters slowly evolved even more into creating a true solution for the missing components that Dad and JD had been trying to find.
So you were the missing piece.
He
So-
really was.
Wow.
He,
Now-
he really was.
Now, just to back up a little bit, Diego, was drawing and doing all this artwork your very first passion, or did it like you saw what they were freaking needing and you're like, fuck it, I'll just go ahead and become an artist? How about what happened there?
I mean, I always loved drawing as a kid. Like, I've always loved comic books. I've always loved superheroes.
Yeah.
Like growing up in a house where action figures were allowed to be played with your own father, or even
He still
drawing-
plays with them.
or even drawing with your own father. It's like there's a connection there, and to just leave that behind, why?
Yeah.
But like, I've always loved drawings. I've always met the professionals, and having that there, I just slowly just gravitated to it naturally.
Now, this is Diego's work. You tell me if he's not ready or not. Look at that.
Bam.
This is the solution artwork right here. So tell me about these 5 individuals.
The center member is Uncle Kronos. He's the leader of the team. And to the right of him, you have Professor Bright, who's the smartest member. But the reason why we didn't make him the leader is because he's like Spock in a sense. Like, he's very analytical. And to the right of him is his wife, Madame Matter. And she,
Madam Matter, I like that.
yes, she has the ability to change mass and matter. And to the left of Uncle Kronos is Athena Vault, who she is super strong, and she's an Olympic athlete. In our very first issue, we get to see a dual tag team of leading between Uncle Kronos and Athena Vault.
Okay.
And to the left of Athena Vault, we have the fastest living being in our universe, Afterblur,
Gotcha.
who's the youngest member.
So that's the equivalent to Flash to a
Kind
certain
of.
degree. All right. Cool. And these characters you created out of your own mind.
Yeah.
Did you have like a nightmare or something and just like, I just don't want to start sketching, or how did you come up?
It
Or
was like, I started off first with Afterblur because the question I was in, like, I was chatting with Dad in the car, basically, of what would your powers be? Like what characters would you kind of resemble? And for me, I thought, well, I kind of want to be like Spider-Man / the Flash. These two are my 2 favorite characters. And the design of Afterblur slowly kind of combined into that. And Professor Bright, which is kind of modeled after Dad in a sense, came in. We both like collaborated. I saw like, oh, he likes this type of uniform and stuff, and I Googled stuff that kind of resembled of what we liked. And I also like did a lot of test drawings and conceptual design, which became the whole universe around us.
Gotcha. So on top of the group photo that I put up, I have the sketch art, which we could go individually. And who wants to speak on this gentleman?
Professor Bright 5, which is one of the smartest men on the planet in our universe.
Wow. There you go. And obviously,
After Blur,
Blur.
the fastest living thing in our universe.
Wow. That's a mighty big title.
Athena Vault, the Olympic athlete who also has the tendency to be one of the most strongest.
Okay, so in this universe, there's the Olympics. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Just want to make sure there's some grounded realism here.
Uncle Kronos, which is interesting, he has the ability to manipulate time through his perception of vision also.
That's awesome.
Then Madame Matter, who can manipulate mass and matter.
I love that name.
And that's the solution.
And that's the solution.
Yeah, that's our team.
That's now, this comic is coming out when?
In January.
On your birthday.
Yes.
A few days after mine. Gotta make sure I have it down. January 7th. You have any special plans for your birthday besides the release of the book?
Work.
Well, not necessarily. We plan to go to a convention in LA where I would like to try to see one of my favorite artists, George Perez.
Oh, there you go. What convention's that?
It's the Sci-Fi Los Angeles con.
Yeah, sci-fi comic book convention.
Okay, and that's that weekend
Yes.
of his birthday.
Yeah.
All right.
Which
That's awesome.
he mentioned to George Perez is that he influenced the design of this cover for Diego, and again, a lot of the things that he winds up doing is based upon people who really inspire him, and it just you just have to watch him work. It's just amazing. Like he says, "Well, I wanted like this, like a George Perez. I wanted like John Romita Jr." I mean, he really is very, very specific about art design, storytelling, character work. I mean, it's really embedded into his DNA as comic book storytelling, and just take it to a level where he knows what he enjoys a lot, and he knows, and he's pretty much in tune what the audience will definitely enjoy, because there's a lot of heart into it, a lot of
That's
heart.
awesome. That's awesome. And all this could be purchased online under the same website, correct?
Yes.
Eventually.
Yes,
Yes.
That's
eventually.
cool. And print and digital.
both print and digital. So
Okay.
yeah,
Any audiobook yet?
that's
Ooh.
actually
In the making.
Yeah, that's actually in the making.
All right.
all through this for the next 2 months.
I think I leaked something, but it will be known anyways.
Yes.
So that's great. That's great. Now, let's move on to this other title, Cosmic Adventures, Light Trail. JD, please speak on
Yes.
this.
Well, Cosmic Adventures Light Trail is about a teenager who grows up
Do you see any resemblance?
a little bit. Yeah.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. Yeah, his name is Light Trail. His real name, his secret identity is Jaden Daniel Charisma. But he grows up without his parents, and he has to, take care of his younger cousin, as well as he's perceived as a troubled kid in high school.
Sounds like a Filipino family.
Filipino American, but yeah. So, he has to go with all these responsibilities, and a lot is on his shoulders.
Yeah.
But his whole life changes when an intergalactic artifact that has the power to change the universe lands in his backyard. Yeah. And how it changes the universe? You're going to have to read the book and find out. Boom.
Mic drop right there.
Boom.
Now, as far as the characters,
Yes.
this is you guys have been working on this for years.
Yeah, 4 years.
Yeah. And I remember on the past visit, Lawrence, you welcomed me into the universe
Yes.
as a character,
Yes, yes.
and this is
There
the
we
character.
go.
Lord's Siam.
Who wants to speak on this?
I do.
All
I
right.
do. Lord Siam is the younger of 3 brothers, who is thought of as the artistic brother, the brother who didn't have the DNA of war, or so they thought. There's a fight for the throne, and it of the Tavarian Empire, which is the alien race that the Lord Siam is part of. So imagine yourself being out of having brothers who are into football and basketball, the athletes and whatnot, and then they go into the military, and you're the brother who winds up going to college and studying, arts and music and whatnot, not with the whole other intention, knowing that this is going to be useful to turn the tide of putting the empire in his hands. So it seems like he has knowledge that may not be of the conquering nature, but behind all of his knowledge and his abilities, it becomes a formidable force of actually turning the tide into his hands.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, mind you, I have no damn clue on what type of character I am. I am just entrusting that they're going to put me in position
Yes.
to be a very integral part of this universe.
Yes, the interesting thing was, just to add on to you, is that you're a DJ, and we were able to incorporate the whole thing about understanding DJ music and whatnot into the character itself. So the whole thing about music is a very important thing, and mixing and music becomes a very important thing on Lord Siam.
You're making the hair on me stand up right now. because this is so awesome, because having your image depicted on anything is just a great privilege, and I thank you, gentlemen, for
Okay.
allowing this to happen. And I'm just really excited to see
thank you.
where this kind of goes, and
We're glad that you enjoyed it.
and I just don't want to get killed off early. That's all.
He's a very, very important character. That's all I can say. And we set things up to go every direction that we need it to be.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. Moving on. Who is this?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Lord Zyra.
The Lord Zyra, the middle brother, the second brother of the Tavarian Empire, who's
So I'm related to this guy.
oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. He's the mecha brother who's into the machinery, the weaponry, a lot of Robotech sort of things, and he has what's called mystic armor and
Mystic armor.
Yes.
Kind of like Doctor Strange.
Kind of, yes, no, but mystic
levitation?
mecha, a lot of mystic mecha going on.
Gotcha.
So Siam is more the Doctor Strange type.
Thank you. Thank you. I can't wait till. Go ahead.
So he's Lord Zyra out of the brothers has this mad hatred toward the oldest brother, Dottie, and because he's always that brother where he just makes it to second. He just almost was first, but always is making it second. Part of the backstory is that his older brother was the reason why he lost his true love at one point. Yeah. So this hatred between the brothers is really deep. The first story is actually called The Brothers' War. So if the Brothers' War actually comes to the planet Earth.
Wow.
Yeah. It's major opus epic type story.
Family drama. Loki and Thor, sort of.
Oh, very much so. Yeah. That's a very good analogy. It's very that high.
Cool. Are we going in order?
Yeah,
are we
that's
good?
perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we're going to jump to the.
That's Lord Dottie of the Tavarian Empire. That's the character who kind of kicks off everything, and he is the conqueror where everybody just is afraid. His spaceship is actually called
The SpaceX.
So it's when they see it coming from the sky, it looks like a giant axe that's
It's cutting through the sky.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
and,
pretty damn
yeah.
cool.
And I'm the voice of Lord Dottie.
Oh, you should hear it.
Oh, I listen to him right now. He's just-
Insects. So
Did you just say sex?
insects.
Oh, okay.
Run. So yeah.
It's English or is it alien language of sort?
We hear the translated part.
Gotcha.
But we also do have a language in it, and you'll get hints of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, that's forward thinking, guys. That's really like completing the universe, not just saying, okay, we're going to throw characters out there and see what sticks. You guys have backstories, you have depth,
definitely.
and that's important.
Yeah, it's-
because you don't want to be like freaking George Lucas and
And
does
they're
Star
brothers
Wars-
and sisters.
yeah, there's Star Wars, and it's like, okay, we didn't
Yeah.
even think about any trilogy or anything.
Yeah,
And
that was a major point that we were talking about. We didn't want to just create. We didn't want to create Light Trail,
right.
and then suddenly just have all these characters. We really wanted to embed it that Light Trail comes from a history that is brought to him. you know,
Exactly.
and so then we could pull out all these little elements whenever they battle or they meet each other, and then I love the audio portion of it because you can really hear the hatred between these brothers of like how deep they've been warring and just how they're at each other's throats. It just really is a con moment. It's just really cool.
That's awesome. Whew. Next.
Oh, you have to put these ladies together.
Okay.
Because they are called the Sisters of Steel.
Gotcha.
They are Hammer and Blade and Hammer, and they are the generals of Lord Dottie. That is the ladies that he sends down to take out the planet before he comes down and just totally just devours it. So
Kind of like a Galactus in a way.
yes, they're basically like the Silver Surfers to his Galactus.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
That's cool. So they're twins.
They are sisters,
Okay.
and they're part of the one of this sister Tavarian race, which is another planet, and which is another type of ritual where they find their mates. So you have to be able to fight for their love. So yeah, so the
There
kind
you
of
go.
Amazonian.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go, Diana. All right.
There's
All right.
there's the sidekick of the group, and it's actually D'Angelo Camacho, which is the cousin of Jaden charisma of the storyline.
Mm.
Yeah, so somehow, some way, something happens to him, and he's transformed, and it's basically designed and modeled after Diego at the time. At the time when it was originally created.
Yeah, I mean, with the name like that, I suppose there was some connection. That's awesome. And this is when Diego was much younger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was before he hit the teens, and so we measure it out about the size. He was below the shoulders of JD and myself, and when the character was created.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So this is so incredible. I'm thrown back by your guys' effort on making all this happen. Especially, I mean, I'm not trying to be biased or anything because I'm involved in it, but at the same time, it's not something that you guys don't have a full plan. So please explain the full plan as far as making this. You don't
have even more plans after this.
Yeah, and see, that's the whole thing. Being an independent company, you guys want to make sure everything is polished.
Yeah.
Not throw out stuff just for the sake of throwing
Right.
it out,
Yeah.
because anyone could do that.
Right.
So you got these issues out. They're going to be this one in particular, Cosmic Adventures. This is coming
Yes.
out when?
Same time, actually releasing, because the reason why they release at the same time is they actually cross over.
There's a big crossover in our stories.
Yeah, they.
Fuck yeah.
In fact, you will see hints of the solution already in the Cosmic Adventures, because we needed a group to represent part of a special elite government agency, and the solution was that rather than a normal army scientist sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Diego established on this world that they were the heroes that been around without the world knowing. So, in fact, what was the thing that you were saying?
They are the heroes that have been forgotten throughout time, though, is that the world may not know it, but they are the world's, defining heroes that saved the mysteries. Like, the whole thing, even about, the Abominable Snowman, he's included in issue number 1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's like.
You know what's funny about that? You can include, these mythical creatures without having copyright issues. You know that, right?
Well, that's
That's part of your genius.
Yeah,
I love it.
that's part.
The big one that I wanted to include was the Abominable Snowman, because it's just the big thing that I always thought it was nostalgic
Right,
and
right.
energetic to just bring in, because
Do you want to tell him about the other one? He's got
Well,
he
you
really-
could, if it's
He-
wait
he-
till you read it, sort of thing. We'll wait.
it's a fun book because it's independent on itself. Cosmic Adventures is an epic battle. It runs for 10 issues.
Okay, so let's back up real quick.
Yes.
You have the Solution and Cosmic Adventures. Which one, when they both come out, which one should be read first?
ooh,
Because you're saying they're connected.
Yes.
So you don't want to go forward
Right.
whoa, at the end it's backwards. So did you guys figure that out?
I think
I'm gonna figure it out now.
actually if you it can
Or does
be-
it matter?
It can be read either or.
way, yeah.
Really?
yeah.
So you could read, it doesn't matter, but it's going to connect.
Yes, it will connect.
That is
Y-
freaking
yeah,
incredible.
Yeah, because of the nature of the characters and how they operate, they appear, and you're not going to go, oh yeah, right. He happened to be there.
Right.
Can I say a little hint?
There's time travel involved.
Yes.
All right,
Ooh.
that's why I knew it, because that's the only way you could get away with that stuff.
But
Knew it. That's my nerdism right there.
Diego also created one of the coolest characters that kind of is our out to everything, which happens to be
William. Well, William is our character who's a reporter who just so happens to be covering everything in the Solution to make them look good and not be seen. So he's like the Jimmy Olsen figure to the Solution.
but cool.
And he doesn't get shot at the beginning.
Jimmy,
Spoiler.
Willie is super important to
The Solution. Willie will evolve as a character. So
Okay.
it's a big character to like look forward to.
Gotcha.
if-
See, that's dope. That's
In
dope.
fact, Willie is the voice of the solution.
Okay.
It's Diego's voice.
Okay.
Like through my kind of feeling of like how I was back then,
Yeah.
like Willie's how I was and also how I am now. And also even like people who are trying to get their jobs. Issue number 1, we see Willie gets a job. And what's his job? He works for the solution. It's his first day for issue number 1.
Interesting.
And what does he do? He does video reporting. So he's one of those kids who actually is an editor, editor extraordinaire, one of the whiz kids of today,
Yeah.
and who's able to blog today. It just totally makes sense, That's why I'm saying he created a solution that just transcends both in the superhero group, but as well as a supporting character who's going to kick major butt. And I mean, it's just he's so cool, and
It's like really fun to play with because like he's like a Peter Parker like nerdy figure in a sense. Like he really is the everyday man of our book.
Gotcha. Good old Willie.
yeah,
And he doesn't even have his own sketch card.
No,
No.
that's a
It's,
surprise.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. See, you guys are mysterious, and I like that. I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
like
If-
that.
In fact, his sketch card is going to be like a chaser card. So
Okay.
if you get the Willie card, then you're on it.
Can I show this?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so this is the sketch card banner, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is actually going to be cut
Yes. Yes.
into a deck
Yes.
and distributed.
Yes.
How?
Well, we're gonna be the only way you're gonna get these at this point is if you come to the cons or you go online, and we'll if you respond to us and you write a letter or you make a commentary, we'll give you just like how Marvel Comics used to do is they give the no prize awards. We're giving you sketch cards for your commentary, responding, and we're doing what's a little chase. If you wind up getting your sketch card, taking your sketch card, and taking a Facebook picture, and if you forego your sketch card and leave it at a library, like inside a book in the 700 series Dewey Decimal System, for someone else to find to take a picture, we'll make sure that you get an entire deck.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll give you the entire deck, and there will be
That's
autographed. There'll be an autographed deck from us. So, and if you take the entire deck and meet us at the convention, we'll give you a sketchbook with the designs of the solution and cosmic adventures and all the characters of ICI Comics.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
And this convention is the one in January, correct?
We have one in January, and we have several ones. So that's why we're telling everybody to get on.
ICI Comics.
Yeah, it's very important that you follow us because we're going to be mentioning all the different cons because we just had one.
Yeah, we just had one Saturday and Sunday. Our booth was there.
Yeah, the Tracy one, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So now
Yeah, sorry I couldn't make it. I had to
Oh
work.
No.
no worries.
worries.
We're here. So this is our mini con right now.
There
So-
you go. I
so-
like it.
Exclusive to you
Yeah,
and the
exclusive.
viewers.
Yes.
Yeah. And Rock Rage.
Yes, into Rock Trade.
Rock Rage in the background. That's awesome. And yeah, again, guys, as far as the website, that's where you're gonna have to get all the updates,
Yes.
appearances, and so forth.
Yes.
And you don't have anything with the exact website. Here's the name right there.
Yeah.
Bam.
ICI Comics.
ICI.
Yep.
Yes.
Got to make it specific because people could type that in all sorts of weird
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah.
They could put iced and I,
Yeah.
but it's just
Icy?
yeah. It could be just the letters,
Yep.
straight up.
It's ICI Comics.
ICI. Perfect. All right. And yeah, this is phenomenal.
It's fun.
I am just thrown with how you put together this whole universe, made it with personality. My next question to you, live action down the road. I know from that side, JD wants to be like, yeah, I'm playing
See,
my.
I want to tell you, right? But I don't know if I can tell you.
You don't have to tell me. I already know.
Well,
You don't do all this and just have it on print. You can't have a play.
Can I share
Yeah, go ahead.
There you go.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so we have. Ah, man, this is big right here. This is big.
Big.
Next year, we have a release of an EP. And that EP is going to do something pretty innovative and creative. We're going to be merging this world with the world of music
Okay.
in a new and creative way. I'm really excited.
An EP.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have it on vinyl record too?
Possibly.
There you go. There you go.
It's one of the things that JD and I were talking about is that I wanted a character design that was really genuinely about what he wanted to represent and who he was. And we're not saying that Jaden is JD. There are aspects of that are very, 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 very personal. In fact, if you just stay with us but trust us, the stories come from real places.
Gotcha.
Like because we have a high school writer, because Jaden is in high school and his cousin is in junior high. These moments of struggle really come from stories from both, but from JD and Diego. So we're pulling actual moments, and as well as myself. I'm all three of us actually are from an anti-bully campaign. We're very anti-bully. I was a bully myself. Those moments where Jaden gets, you'll see it in special edition number 1 right away. You'll experience real situations that we come up with, and that's what in fact we created. They both created the Bible writing of their stories. For any writer or any artist wants to come in. They made an obligation where they have these notebooks where they wrote down the characters that are representative, are Mary Jane Watsons, are Gwen Stacy's, are Jimmy Olsen's, but they're based upon the people and archetypes that we've encountered in our life. And so him creating an album, those voices come to life, not just in performance, but in as well as songs and tunes of the moment. So
and there's an entire story arc with it too.
Yeah, it's important. So if you want to get the full experience, you would get both comic books, and then get this EP that's coming out, because they will cross over, and it's a lot of it is from the heart, but we're engineering this to try to make this the ideal situation. And this comes from all three of us. Like, we're sitting down reading actual comic books,
right.
And here we are, like we have music in the background. This Diego, when he's drawing, he would have like the Flash soundtrack on, and he really would write according to how Afterblur is seeing the world. Right. And one of the major differences Diego and I we would have our hero talks is, he says, Dad, if someone really was fast, what would happen? And so we really explore that. He really like,
you explored the real physics and science of it.
He stuck his head out the window, and just like, now that's how it is to go at 60 miles an hour with the wind blasting your face. It's going, which is the reason why Afterblur has the design of helmet that he has, because it's like, it's hard to breathe. Right. So there's a lot of things where that he puts in the details, and just even the lifestyle of someone who lives in a world where he's the fastest thing. What would it be like? In JD's character, we've talked about just relationships and what it would be like, and then suddenly you're in the spotlight. So it's an analogy of that JD created of him being a performer. Suddenly you're a hero. So there's so much that we take it to the level, rather than there've been comic books that have been about other people, like the group Kiss and whatnot. Right. And they're cool and they're fun and they're done by great artists and whatnot. But I wanted him to be so involved, which is the reason why we spent so much time. Just like I told him, like, I can't do this, otherwise it's just me. But you got to tell me about what it's like in your life. And so he created the Bible. And our story set, and
I dug deep.
Yeah, really, 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 really deep.
I think that's the only way it's going to be realistic, is if you go deep. Now, as far as the issues are broken down, the solution, is it a certain miniseries? How many books? What's your What's the setup on this?
We plan to make the solution like an ongoing series, like a continuous comic book.
Okay.
So
On a monthly basis, bi-monthly?
we plan to go monthly basis.
Okay.
So that we have a flow of issues for the reader to like catch up on.
Gotcha. And for Cosmic Adventures?
Definitely, it's a monthly series, and it definitely ties in. I mean,
Okay.
they've actually plotted where the stories of 1, 2, 3, and then 4 they will cross.
Gotcha. And each issue for both are going to come at the same time?
Yes.
Same day. Yep.
Yeah.
Hand in hand.
Yeah.
So, man, the reader's just going to be freaking it's like Christmas every month.
Yeah. And the solution book is one of the books that are going to be opening up doors to other series, as well as the Cosmic Adventures is actually
Gotcha.
going to open up
More offsprings
Yeah.
and like solo efforts.
Yeah. There's
Kind of like the Avengers and Black Widow down the road sort of thing.
Exactly. So I mean, kind of like
Does
the
she have
Avengers with
one?
Captain America coming back.
Everyone wants to have
That'd be nice.
have a Black Widow one, but
Yeah.
This is the way they've set it up. It allows the book to, because there's material that Diego's seen from our collection, and it's finally we have this avenue to actually present it, and it's great because the characters, the play that you hear, the Jaden character and the D'Angelo character, the dialogue that happens and everything that's said, it comes right out from them.
that's awesome.
It's like it's real.
Yeah,
That's
it's organic.
Yeah,
and it's just straight from the mind of your guys' freaking incredibleness.
Yeah,
I love it.
So we're not we're trying not to be, we're trying to be, like you said, even the discussions that you and I have had
Right.
about music.
Yeah.
It really you'll find that Siam's way of looking at the universe is told that
Well,
way.
this motherfucker wants to have his own solo book.
He's gonna.
Right.
He has. The cool thing is, Lord Siam has his entourage. So each brother has their entourage. So there is a.
So I have a team.
And that team consists of Captain Fantastique.
Oh.
Yeah, and
okay.
and there's the champion of 40, and there's a group that actually is in homage to the group.
I see where you're going with this. All right.
Yeah.
And I would like to have a little input on that whole team thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys are awesome. You guys are incredible. Let's go ahead and wrap it up with the shouts and plugs from everyone here, since we are running out of time. Diego, any special thanks and website, social media? Take it away.
You can check me out on Instagram on Diego ERT period in the middle between those two.
Gotcha.
And you can also check me out on Facebook. So I
Diego
plan to make a
ERT.
Twitter. So yeah.
Any thanks to your fans or
Thanks
your
to
teachers?
everybody who's like supporting me, all my teachers, and especially my family.
Gotcha. Cool. JD, take it away.
I just want to thank my mom, my pops for always being there. Of course, Team ICI. I want to thank all the fans, all my friends, everybody who's been supporting me too. And check me out on jdcharisma.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat. All of that is the same, JD Charisma.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. No eHarmony or christianmingle.com or anything like that?
Well, on Tinder, no. Just kidding.
Oh, man. That's hilarious. Good old Tinder. Lawrence.
You'll find everything that we're doing. ICI Comics. I can.
ICI.
Yeah. ICI Comics.
Comics.com. You can find it with ICI.com. Or was that taken?
We might need to take it tonight.
Exactly.
We have ICI Comics right now.
We have ICI and definitely Facebook us.
Or we are ICI. Make it like that.
Oh.
Man,
Take
you
that to
blowing
me.
all these people are watching this right now.
Man, I'm trying because you want to make
Tell
it
me after we broadcast.
Yeah,
man.
what was
No,
that?
they're probably like, all right, we're going
Sabotaging. Someone
GoDaddy,
someone just bought it for like $5, and now he's like, oh, we're selling it for
$5,000.
$3,000. Thanks, Sam.
Exactly. Well,
one of the websites I was trying to buy,
yeah.
it costed $50,000 to get.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is like that.
Yeah.
But whatever residual I get from this, you'll just pay it off.
Yeah,
that
we'll pay it
domain.
off. Or your free subscription for the entire time.
There you go.
So you'll find us at ICI Comics. Facebook it. Go onto the website. I also plug out Kid Heroes Productions for actually helping out and actually inspiring Diego. The folks who've been just there.
Oh, wow.
They just been. We're working on Lumpia 2, and just a quick plug here.
Please, go ahead.
Lumpia
Go ahead.
2, Lumpia 2 gets shot in January, and we're on our way. In fact, we're having a production meeting tomorrow and all this week. So that's coming along.
I wanted my role, but sorry.
You never know. You never know. That's all I can say is you'll never know.
My extra role.
Things are moving really, really quickly. So that our winter shoot's going to be happening really, really soon.
Awesome.
So props to them. Props to my partner Lisa Chong to always being there, helping us write out and keeping us on schedule. And so thank you for being so patient and whatnot with us, and just all the fans who just newly got acquainted with ICI Comics over at the convention. Lojo, who's actually been a big supporter down in Los Angeles, he's a fan who's actually been.
Is that his real name, Lojo?
Lojo, he's on Facebook, and so he's
a dope character name.
Yeah, Lojo.
You never know. You never know.
There you go.
So
We're just like throwing out stuff that people just copyright. And
and
patent,
definitely,
patent.
and definitely. A big props to James Devereaux, who voices Lord Zyra, and he's just an incredible talent. To Hava Nolan, and as well as Bree
Borgziner.
Thank you. Who've been the incredible voices of the Sisters of Steel.
Yeah.
Jessica Chin,
Amazing.
who plays one of the generals of Lord Zyra as well. Fantastic voices, and we just have a great team overall. My mom and dad, and my brother for actually doing editorial on our book, who's actually been very, very honest and a brilliant writer himself. So thank you so much, and just everybody who's just been supporting us the entire time.
And your social media and eHarmony Christian Mingles.
Yes. Hotdaddy.com.
You are that, sir.
SmoothDaddy.com. SmoothDaddy.com.
I gotta write these down.
Yeah. So just please, anytime you see us at a con, just come up to our table, man. And we love talking about art. We love talking about just whatever. And if you find, and here's a big plug. If you find in your public library one of these cards in one of the art books, in art history books or comic related books, you will find one of these, because I've been placing them around in the public library all through different sketches. And if you take a picture of it and just send it back to us on ICI Comics, we'll send you a card and a deck. But just a plug, I draw a lot on the go, and my son actually sees me doing this whenever I go to a restaurant, and I do what's called napkin drawings, and then I hide them and I put them out there.
Wow.
Yeah. So now, if you find one, take a
It's
picture.
like Easter.
Yeah, it really is. It's like we're just promoting, and the reason why, if you find in the 700 section or any art books in Barnes and Noble, we're just promoting people of the arts. Just we go to the public library, and that's our biggest thing. Where
That is so cool.
So we're just promoting people of the arts. Just check out your public library. It's just so resourceful, as well as all used bookstores. You'll find, if you find one of the ICI Comics cards, take a picture, send it to us, and then we'll
Can you narrow it down to like what county or
yeah,
city?
actually, yeah, we the Pleasant. Livermore, Pleasanton, Fremont, Newark, San Jose, Walnut Creek, any of the bookstores around, from Barnes & Noble to Half Price Books to the public library. If you find any of the sections, please, those drawings are there for a reason. Take a picture and send it us to Facebook and ICI Comics, and we'll send you a little gift.
He drives a lot.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it happens when I'm on freelance gigs.
Yeah.
And I'm actually over at a coffee shop or whatnot, and people see me drawing, and then I'll put that drawing out there.
That's awesome.
So now we're going to reward people for that Easter egg hunt, and as we start touring from state to state, we're going to have that support. And if you want that to happen, if you want a deck of cards, if you want a deck to actually start off, send it in, and we'll send you one card, and just to help the chain to go off, because we want ICI Comics to go out throughout Northern California, all the way internationally. But we definitely want to promote public libraries, because they've been a great deal of support for us. You'll find us actually creating in the public library. We actually use it, and they've been just phenomenal, allowing us to have our meetings almost every single day. While I'm working on film, they work on comics, and then we come together and we create this stuff.
That's awesome. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for being able to come through on the program.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
You guys, this is incredible. I can't wait till you guys actually get it out to the public this coming January 7th. And yeah, we're going to definitely talk in depth
Yes,
for
for
more
sure.
additional consultation and roles and resources
Oh,
for
absolutely, absolutely.
this incredible project that you have. I'll go ahead and do the closeouts on the shouts and plugs. I'd like to say special thanks out to Lady Sage, Rock Rage, Captain Fantastic, the rest of the crew that's out there, all of our sponsors and affiliates, especially Little J's, because they provided the good eats.
Oh, really quick.
Sure.
Really quick. We also have a surprise of Vampiriah, the comic book. We're actually doing the comic book.
That's
also
awesome.
release. We have a little sneak peek in December, and then the actual comic book coming in January. So yeah, that's not necessarily ongoing, but right now we have 4 stories to go along with that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Props out to Matabaya.
Yeah, Matabaya.
And the entire Vampiriah crew.
Yes.
That's awesome. All right. That does it for this episode of The Slam Show. So for myself and everyone that's here kicking it in the Oakland, California studio, we'll see you next time. Peace.
Deuces.